Hey, welcome back everybody. Today we're going to cover the top 5 assault rifles based on KD in Warzone right now. Make sure you check out all these attachments so that you can be in the top tier meta and be super competitive in Warzone. We're going to get into it right now. Let's go. Okay, coming in at number 5 on the list is the Fargo 52. With an average KD of a .97, it's definitely an easy to use weapon and it's very satisfying to get kills with as well. For the muzzle, there's 2 options that you can use here. You can either use the Groove suppressor for a little more damage, a little less control, or you can go with a regular suppressor, which will still help the bullet velocity and sound suppression, but also give you a little bit more mobility as well. For the barrel, go with the Task Force. For the optic, you either want the Axle Arms 3X, or if you're on Rebirth, I like using the Microflex, but either way is definitely fun. For the underbarrel, go with the Spetsnaz grip. Now I will say for the magazine, if you want to go with the 45 round mag, you get a little less capacity, but it's definitely going to help your mobility. So it's definitely up to you. I think for Rebirth, the 45 round works, especially paired with a Microflex. I think that's a really good combination. But overall, the Fargo 52 is really good and it comes in at number 5 on my list. Okay, so this one's a little bit surprising to me, but coming in at number 4 on the list with a .99 KD, just below a 1, is the EM2. Now I was surprised at first, but I guess it makes sense because this gun hits super hard, but has a hard recoil pattern to predict. So it takes a high skilled player to use this gun, but if you can master that recoil, it absolutely hits hard. For the muzzle on this, we're going to want to throw on the Agency suppressor. For the barrel, we're going to want to go with the Task Force barrel. For the optic, go with the Axle Arms 3X. For the underbarrel, go with the Field Agent grip. And for the magazine, go with the 50 round mag. This gun hits super hard, and if you can learn how to use it, it's going to be super rewarding and super amazing to use. Okay, coming in at number 3 on the list with a 1.08 KD, the first gun that cracks the 1 KD is the Bar. Now I'll tell you what, if you land your shots with this thing, it's an absolute tank. It's got a slower rate of fire, but it's got a high rate of damage, and if you build this right, it has absolutely 0 recoil. For the muzzle, we're going to want to throw on the MX silencer. For the barrel, go with the 30-inch XL. For the optic, go with the G16 2.5 or the 3 to 6x push scope. For the stock, use the Chariot WR. For the underbarrel, go with the hand stop to help with that recoil control. For the magazine, use the 8mm 40 round mag. It's going to help with your fire rate as well as your recoil. For your ammunition, you definitely want to use lengthen because this does definitely suffer in the bullet velocity sector, but that's going to help that out a ton. For the rear grip, use the polymer. That's going to help with your sustained rate of fire and how you can kind of control that recoil. For the perk, for perk 1, you're going to want to use hard scope, and for perk 2, you can use fully loaded or on hand. Coming in at number 2 on this list with the 1.12 KD is the STG-44. This AR is the absolute jack of all trades. You can use it on Rebirth Island, you can use it on Caldera, you can use it as a beginner, a veteran, whatever you want, this gun fits. For the muzzle, throw on the MX silencer. For the barrel, throw on the 760mm 05B. For the optic, use either the 3 to 6x or the 2.5x, whichever one you prefer. Either way, you're going to be good. For the stock, throw on the 34S weighted. For the underbarrel, throw on the hand stop. The magazine, go with the 50 round Gorenko. It does chew through ammo pretty quick, so you're going to want that higher capacity magazine. For the ammunition, use lengthen for that bullet velocity. For the rear grip, use polymer for recoil control under sustained fire. For the perk 1, I like to use Nerves of Steel. This is kind of a recent addition for me. And for perk 2, you can go with fully loaded or on hand. Coming in at number 1 on this list with the 1.3 average KD is the NZ41. This got a recent buff and it's definitely brought it into the top tier meta, and here's what you need to use on it. The muzzle, we're going to go with the MX silencer. For the barrel, use the MK1 burst. You can still toggle this to automatic when you're in the game, so don't fret if you don't like burst weapons. For the optic, use the 2.5x or the 3 to 6x, that's up to you. For For the stock, use the Orb Weaver E-Pack. For the underbarrel, use the Mark 6 Skeletal. For the magazine, use the 8mm Clouser 40 round mag. And for the ammunition, use lengthened. For the rear grip, go with polymer to help you with that recoil control under sustained fire. For perk 1, use brace to help with recoil once again. And for perk 2, either use fully loaded or on hand. Either way, you're set. I want to thank you for tuning in and checking out my top 5 assault rifles based on KD. I really appreciate you checking out my content. And if you have any suggestions for future videos, comment down below, leave a like, subscribe. That way you don't miss any amazing Warzone content. And I just want to remind you, everything you do matters, and I hope you have a great day.